Hello friends, today we're going to film an unboxing video of a Hiwave inflatable stand-up paddleboard. So the brand of our paddleboard is Hiwave. The model is called Wooden. The color is pink flower. The size of the board is 11 foot long by 34 inches wide. Again, is an inflatable stand-up paddleboard. Let's see what we got. So our first important note that we want to make when receiving our product here is that we don't want to use a razor blade or a box cutter to open this box that can easily cut through the box into our product. But I use myself or just scissors. You can open them up and use them like a razor blade if you want, but it's way duller than an actual razor blade. A lot of people still make that mistake and a lot of products are still damaged that way. So avoid the cut, use something duller. Check out this board. This is a gorgeous board. It's got like actual artwork on it, not just pretty and colored with all kinds of fun tropical looks or whatever, but like, I mean, we're talking like floral artwork. Cool color, cool looking board. I like it. Look at our pump and inflate it and take a better look into it. Our kit contains the basic components that any brand has been putting in their paddleboard kits. We have some form of storage bag. This is a very nice heavy duty bag. We've also got a fin for tracking and keeping our board going straight, ankle leash as a safety device, repair kit and repair wrench. Inside of that, our modified bicycle air pump to fill our board up, and our adjustable paddle, and then they've thrown in a phone waterproof case also. Nice basic kit. Let's look at each component. Quick observations I have about the bag that's come with this kit is that it is very heavy duty material, much more heavy duty than a lot of the other companies I've seen. It has a nice shoulder straps, but the odd thing is it does have a top opening area for the bag to put your board and components in. It's not a zippered side entrance like a lot of other bags. Good or bad, I don't know. It's just different. But very, very heavy duty, very well made. I like it. The paddle included with the kit is a 3-piece adjustable paddle. This also is standard for all the different kits and all the different companies. A somewhat heavy duty aluminum shaft. I like that. Plastic composite blade. You assemble it by taking the blade part, you take the middle part right here, snap it in, and we go down. Notice when I first lock this in, it's loose, it's not supposed to do that. So what we can do is take this piece here, turn it to the right, and that locks it tighter. I'm going to take it all the way out. I'm going to turn it one more time now. So I'll turn it twice to the right to tighten it up, slide this back in, and now this dude won't go anywhere. It's as tight as can be. Left loosens, right tightens. One thing I do like about this paddle right off the bat is that you can see this indentation in this top part of the handle, which fits into little grooves here. I like that in the companies that put this extra indentation in, because when you go and get this paddle wet, this won't turn, this top piece won't turn to the left or right, it's straight. I like that. A nice paddle. I would say a little bit heavier duty than the most of the other companies I've dealt with. It is a pretty strong shaft right here. All right, let's open this air pump and see what we've got going on here. So our air pump is a single action pump, which means that when we pull our handle up and down, air goes out and into our board on a down pumps only. This gives us a lot of power when filling up our board, but it also takes a little bit longer than a double action pump. Yes. This is a serviceable pump. This top part screws off. So inside this chamber is a rubber gasket that goes up and down, and that can dry out over time. This allows you to pull the piston and the rubber gasket out, put some more grease in there and grease it up again if you want to. In a few kits, we have our opening for the air coming out. We take our hose, we simply screw this in right here, which is nice. Other end of the hose is this special attachment that attaches on the board. So on the top of this pump we have our gauge. This is for measuring our air pressure as we put it into the board. We have the different colors in this pump, which is nice. PSI right over here is for pounds per square inch. The green starts right here about 11 and goes up to 15. So we want to inflate this board between 11 and 15 PSI, 15 PSI being the maximum pressure. At the rear of this board is the valve for inflating the board. We want to take a quick look at this before we inflate the board. Let's check out what it says here. So it says 12 to 15 PSI is the range. So most of these, what I would call recreational boards, have a maximum PSI or pressure at 15. This is a number you don't want to exceed. If you get up in 17, 18, 19 PSI, you could explode the board like an exploding balloon or something, and you don't want that. I typically suggest to people that you inflate a board to just 12 PSI. Hot air and sunshine will cause air to expand. So if you start a board out at 12 PSI early in the morning and it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but by 2 o'clock in the afternoon it's 92 degrees Fahrenheit, this board will have expanded from 12 up to 13, 14, 15, 16 PSI of pressure on its own just from heat. So we don't want to start at 15 PSI early in the day and end up with the board expanding to 18 or 19 PSI later in the day in the heat. And we simply open this top cover off and we have the inside of our valve. There's a little pin mechanism here. When this pin and mechanism are up in the upright position, the air stays in the board, and then if we push the pin down, air comes out of the board. If we push the pin down and rotate a little bit to the right, like so, the pin locks in a downward position. So now when you let air out, you can lock that pin down. You can go up to the front of the board, you can start pushing your air out, kind of like an air mattress, get all the air pushed out, come back down here and pop that pin back up, and now it's sealed tight like a Ziploc baggie, vacuum sealed, and it won't open back up on you. Another little word to note though is that when you attach your pump to inflate the board, if this pin is already locked in a down position, then when you take your pump off, air is going to shoot out at your face and it's going to be frustrating. So you always want to make sure that that pin is in the upright position before you attach your pump. What a beautiful colored and designed board. It is really a piece of artwork. Very pretty board. So one thing I've noticed is that the box that this was packaged in said it was model named Wooden. The board itself says Forest Series. So some of the highlights of the board. We have a handle here at the base of the board. We have a handle mid-board. There is no handle at the nose, but we do have an accessory attachment point here. So that's a threaded accessory attachment point where you can screw in a camera. So we move from the nose of the board to our accessory point. We come down a little bit further and we have a lot of bungee space. So we've got these D-rings attached with these bungee cords. It's great for attaching a cooler or a dry bag. We come down a little bit further. We go into our traction pad. Just a comfortable non-slip pad for us, so when it's wet in the water we don't slide off like on the slick vinyl. We've also got these 4 mid-board D-rings. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get a higher view. These are great for attaching extra gear, and most importantly, they're really good for attaching an aftermarket kayak seat. So your seat would sit right here just behind the middle handle, and your forward straps would go to these 2, your rear straps would go to these 2 D-rings, and it would hold the seat in place. If you'll notice this particular board, the 4 D-rings are offset, not directly centered on the handle, but just a little bit further back, and I really like this because the kayak seat, if you attach it, you want to be centered just behind this handle, right about here, so then your legs go forward. Most of the companies put these 4 D-rings centered off the handle, which means your kayak seat is going to be a little bit extra forward on the board, and that's just a little awkward for paddling kayak style sitting. So by moving these 4 D-rings back, it's a slight difference than most of the other boards that I see, but I think it's a big difference if you decide to use this as a kayak. And remember, although this is a stand-up paddleboard, all you've got to do is sit your butt down on it, get a double-bladed paddle from a kayak, or go to Walmart and pick one up, and now you have a sit-on-top kayak. You never have to actually stand on a board. There's all kinds of seats that you can use. You can get a stadium seat for a rigid seat by aftermarket, and sit-on-top kayak seats. You could sit a cooler here. You can sit a tackle box, a 5-gallon bucket upside down. Lots of ways you can use this as just a sitting platform. We go a little bit further to the back, and we come back here to our valve, our rear handle. Nice looking board, nice accessories, very sharp. Let's look at our ankle leash next. This is standard kit material for almost all the different paddleboard companies. It's a carryover from the surfboard industry. It's a safety device. It simply attaches you to the board so that if you fall off or choose to jump off or swim off, the board doesn't get blown away from you. If you're off on the coast somewhere, you know you have rip tides and currents that could also pull the board away from the coast faster than you can swim and catch up to it, so these are nice. You have this end of the leash. You don't need to retie a knot. You simply slide it through the D-ring and pull your leash back through. So it attaches it like such and such. No need to retie any fancy Boy Scout knot. And this particular end with the Velcro, we simply open it up and you just attach it around your ankle, and boom, you're done. You are attached to your board. Some people like to attach the leashes mid-board at a mid-board D-ring, right where you're going to be standing. Other people like this attachment point up towards the nose of the board, or even to the tail of the board, so it's out of your way. There's really no right or wrong way. And again, it's a safety device you choose if you want to use it or not. This board comes with a standard repair and maintenance kit. This is going to be very similar to any other brand that you get. This one has a nice little container. Inside our container is a wrench. That's for our valve, and patch material. So if we do have a leak, so there's 2 places this board is most likely going to leak on you. The first is going to be up here at the valve. So this valve is not actually glued into your board. Your board is a solid sealed air bladder, if you will. This valve is just screwed in. There's a bottom piece inside the board, this top piece that you see, a gasket in between, and then it's screwed down tight and sealed so air doesn't leak. One of the reasons that the manufacturers do this is because this spring mechanism, in theory, is a working mechanism that could break. And if it does, you can replace it, so it's a serviceable product. It's not disposable. This wrench gizmo here that comes with all the different kits connects into your valve and locks in. So you can actually lock this in, and you can completely unscrew this valve, take it out, and get a replacement to service your board if it were to ever fail. One of the other things though about this is that because this is screwed in over time, this mechanism is going to loosen up and is most likely going to leak on you. It's just a matter of how soon it happens, whether it's after the first few paddles you take out in the water or years later. Your vinyl material board will stretch over use, and if you are aggressive on your board or have kids playing on it and jumping around and whatnot, this valve can loosen up and unscrew, if you will, a little bit on its own. And what will happen is you'll inflate it with air, you'll get out in the water on a future trip, and somewhere around this rim you will have little air bubbles leaking out. You'll hear it or you'll see it. That's not a structural problem. It's not anything that you need to get worried about and rush back to shore. But when you do get back to shore, you will take this wrench, you will lock it in, and you will just tighten this valve back down a little bit. It's just a regular maintenance thing of owning one of these boards. It doesn't matter what company you have, high, expensive, or cheap and low. They all will include this, and this is something that is just going to happen one day. The next most likely leak is going to actually be along the seam of your board, right around here. So you've got your solid top, your solid bottom, and a seam that goes all the way around the board and holds the two pieces together. Sooner or later, this seam is going to leak, and it could be after a first year or two, or it may be 6 or 10 years. Every board's different. Every brand's different, the type of glue, how well it was done, how aggressive you use your board. But that's typically also not a structural problem. What will happen is you'll get out in the water, and as water splashes across the board, somewhere along the seam, you will hear or see a tiny little stream of bubbles. That little stream of bubbles is not a structural problem. You can just leave it and let it go, or if you want, you can take this patch material that is included from the manufacturer, and you can glue your patch right over that section of the board and seal it up real good. I have seen people who have 6 and 8 and 10 of these patches all over their board at different places, and they just keep the board going and go. Let's flip this board over next, look at the underside and see if there's any kind of designs, and see how the fin attaches to the underside of the. Check out the underside of this board. Is this not gorgeous? Continuation of that floral artwork. A lot of companies just have a single, flat color because this is the bottom of the board and no one sees it, but they have really gone out of their way to make this a sharp looking, attractive board. Fin box, rear of the board. This is a flat fin box. The fin itself, you can see, just has a flat bottom. This is a typical recreational fin box. It allows you to roll this board up very flat. The fin is just it's an entry-level plastic fin. This is a breakable fin, so this is something you're going to want to be careful with in your future. You can buy these very cheaply aftermarket on the internet to replace. Okay, so we take the flat part of our blade and we slide it in right here, and it slides backwards. And it doesn't slide very easy right now. Why? It's dry, and this plastic and this plastic do not want to go in. That is very typical. What I suggest to people is that when you start to slide the blade on, if it's stuck like this, just take it down to the water, set the rear of the board down in the water, and as soon as this gets wet, this will slide on really fast and easy. Thanks for checking out this video, folks. This has been an unboxing review of Hiwave Stand-Up Inflatable Paddleboard Forest Series brand pink flower model. There's the kit, a gorgeous board. Be sure to like and subscribe. I would appreciate that very much. And if you do hashtag SurfsUp4785, you can find all kinds of additional video material on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Have an awesome day, folks.